So originally I wanted to get a review out of this game a little bit sooner, not that it really matters. It's just kind of my opinion on the game that almost everyone's already been playing anyway. So most of you guys don't need this review. It's more just like a conversation starter. It's really all I ever really aim to do is just kind of encourage conversation. I don't really care people agree or disagree, but I do want to list some reasons that might be compelling. Before I did that, I wanted to get a tier list video out, and it's like an hour and 30 minutes long, and it's probably boring, and people probably don't want to watch it. But the reason why I wanted to make it is because it covered all of my opinions on changes for characters and what characters I'm playing, and that stuff honestly should be a part of the review, but I don't want to go on tangents and go on random rants and just start talking about the characters and the gameplay and my opinions on it when it has nothing to do with a review of the game, in my opinion. It's just like, but that's just a part of the game, it's a fighting game. So much of that, and it's a sequel to a past fighting game, so much of that's important, but I'm keeping that all in the tier list video. And for this video, I just want to focus more on the content this game brings to the table. Now, first of all, I should compare it to Smash 4, which didn't have very good single-player content. The classic mode in Smash 4 was pretty okay on 3DS, but not very good on Wii U. It was the most boring classic mode to date. Most classic modes in Smash games, in fact, all three of them before Smash 4, were like a fixed pattern, but like they had random elements to them. Like 64, you fought the same people every time in the same order, but you never knew like who was going to be your partner or teammate, and it was like just completely random on matches that required partners and teammates. And it was kind of fun. It was fun to fight Giant Donkey Kong, fun to fight Mario and Luigi together with a partner. You never fought Mario one-on-one until he was Metal Mario. That stuff was really fun. And then in Melee and Brawl, they did this thing where you could fight different characters from different series, and you don't know when it's going to be a horde battle or not, and stuff like that. So it was really enjoyable. And then Smash 4, they kind of messed up the classic mode. This one, as you guys know, it's a fixed classic mode. I feel like it's the same amount of matches every time, but sometimes the final boss will come after like the boss character, and you just like do like another fight after. Mega Man's is like that, and Mega Man's probably one of the coolest classic modes ever. It's so freaking cool. I love Mega Man's classic mode. I love Sonic's classic mode, and I love Snake's. I love Snake's classic mode. Clouds is a little bit to be desired there. I would have liked it better if they did something like Street Fighter did, where for Ryu, you fight characters that are supposed to be replacing other Street Fighter characters. And then when you fight, well, I don't want to spoil the endings of anyone's classic mode, but it's really damn cool. Kins is like all about fighting rivals, which he is Ryu's rival. So, and at the very end, well, again, I'm not going to say it, but that's the thing. Like, that is a cool idea. That's really cool. So, classic mode, while some of the final bosses are a little disappointing, for all things considered, some of the other ones are perfect. And it really makes up for the disappointing ones. And even the disappointing ones usually have a fun journey to the boss. Like, the journey is usually worth it, and it's a lot of fun. It's by far the best classic mode to date, in my opinion. It's still got two-player. That's still a thing. In my nitpick video, I said there need to be some co-op, and there's no co-op for World of Light, and I really, I was like, it's a shame there's no co-op in this game, and there is co-op. It's in classic mode, and just like how Smash 4 had it, and that's good. I hope they never get rid of that. And honestly, that's better than doing it in World of Light anyway. World of Light kind of does depend on you doing single-player stuff, so that's fine. So at the end of the day, classic mode, is classic mode fucking awesome? Yes, it's fucking awesome. And we all kind of were excited, thinking we all kind of knew it was going to be awesome, and yeah, it is. Some of the final bosses are like, you would never see coming, and other stuff like that. So, but now I will talk about World of Light. Now, World of Light is the story adventure mode, and some people are upset by it. Now, some people are upset because of the cutscene situation, and this is something that I did spoil ahead of time. And so going into it, I kind of knew like not to expect much, and which was sad because I really wanted to see some really cool cutscenes. And the cutscenes are really lackluster. You barely see any characters. Basically, they're nothing like the first intro cutscene, which is really fun and cute. Nothing like that. You would think that no matter what, you would have Mario and Kirby, so you could do cutscenes with at least Mario and at least Kirby, and maybe later on make specific characters you get unlocked after cutscenes are supposed to trigger. Then you can involve those characters too. Kind of like that's what Dragon Ball FighterZ did. Dragon Ball FighterZ Krillin, Piccolo, and Vegeta are part of the story, so they're in all the cutscenes. Gohan, characters like Gohan, Gotenks, and Majin Buu aren't really in the story cutscenes unless certain events are, put together to make them trigger. So, and I feel like that's the best way to do that. Smash Ultimate really dropped the ball in the cutscenes, especially with all those characters. They could have done a lot of cool stuff. They didn't really have, but what about the mode itself? Does it still tell the story? It does, even without cutscenes and dialogue. It tells a story. You just have to really look at what's going on and think about what you're doing. For a lot of people, this will not be a satisfactory story mode. It's not a traditional story mode. But if you go into it without that in your mind, you go into it not expecting that, and you expect just to be to see cute and awesome references, like references to your favorite games. Like certain moments, certain battles are just so damn cool. When you fight Zero Suit Samus in a white suit on a grassy field, and it's playing the new remix of Metal Gear Solid 3's theme song Snake Eater, and it's supposed to be the boss. It's the most hype shit. Even my friends who've never played Metal Gear Solid 3 are like, oh my god, I gotta fight the boss, I gotta beat the boss. It's one of the earlier legendary spirits you can come across. To me, it's so cool. It's like, wow, the boss is a legend. There's other really great ones. That one happens kind of earlier on, but there's some amazing ones later on that I don't want to get to. There's also some amazing moments where they recreate menus and world maps from different video games, and there's a lot of them that they do, and and some of them are just awesome. So, and for me personally, the World of Light adventure mode is really, really long. It's a little bit too long. Probably should have ended a little bit sooner than it did, but there's a lot of content in it, and it's mostly fun, and you can kind of beat it at your own pace. It's by far the worst way to unlock characters. This is not a good way to unlock characters at all, but by the time you do come around to beating it, you could possibly have every character unlocked. And every 10 minutes, you back out of World of Light. You get a challenger approaching, just like you do versus mode. And Spirit Board, the bulletin board, Spirit Board mode is the same way. After 10 minutes, you back out, a challenger approaches. Classic mode isn't like that, because whenever you beat Classic mode, a challenger approaches. So, and I'm not sure if it's one happens until you unlock every character or not. That's just the way it feels like, though. But unlocking characters, as far as just unlocking them for your Smash game, does take a little bit too long, in my opinion. But it's not hard to do. It's actually very easy to do, but it's time consuming. To me, the best way to unlock characters is to just play the game with your friends, or to play World of Light by yourself, and every 10 minutes back out. I actually had a timer set on my phone, and I would back out after every 10 minutes so I could unlock a new character. And by the time I had every character unlocked, I was really happy. And me and my two of my friends had every character unlocked basically the same day. And then some of our other friends were had a lot unlocked by that point, but didn't have all of them when we did our big Smash tournament. And it was okay, so we all kind of did it the same way, where we just go backing out every 10 minutes. We got stuff. But of course, I was playing classic mode too, because sometimes I would want to try a character and I wouldn't have them unlocked in World of Light, and World of Light's not the best way to really play as a character anyway. So I would do the classic mode. The thing is about a single player mode in a fighting game is it needs to give you an opportunity and a chance to play this character enough to get your feet wet with them and understand how he plays. That way you can pull him out, and when you're having fun with your friends, or if you get a random and it's that character, and so you kind of know that character's gimmick. But also, you might be playing around, you might just be fucking around and fall in love. You might just fuck around and find your main. So, especially in a game like Smash, where when the game's new, you might get a new main. Every new Smash, you might get a new main. I usually do, but it's still just a variation of Link. But a lot of characters I didn't play in previous Smash games, I'm playing in this one. And then then there's my staples that I'm oh, I still love Greninja. I still love fucking Wolf. I haven't seen Wolf since Brawl. I still love this boy. But I could recognize he's not the best character in the game. I think Falco's even a little bit better than him. And Pikachu, I don't even normally play as Pikachu, but I understand his gimmick. I always fuck around with Pikachu. I've been playing since Smash 64. And Pikachu in this one is just so dope. I feel like I could kick so much ass with Pikachu. So, but anyway, lots of characters are different now, so you might want to fuck around with everyone. And playing classic mode is a good way to learn all the characters. World of Light mode actually helped me learn to get really good with Mario in this game, but Mario is already really good in Smash 4. So like, and again, and the beginning you only have like Mario and Kirby, and then like whatever else you get. And I chose Marth, and I used them for a bit, and realized kind of better with Mario. So I'll just keep using Mario. And I really love playing Marth and Lucina. So, but like for these AI battle situations, you might use a character that you don't use when you play one-on-one. I've been playing the whole game as Pikachu basically, and I try everyone else. I try Luigi and everyone else, and I'm like, just play as Pikachu. He's just better than these characters for what I'm trying to do, you know. So even when I got Link, I still used Pikachu for most of it. But yeah, so I unlocked pretty much everyone in World of Light, but I did it like 3 or 4 days after I had every character unlocked in the game already. And it makes World of Light a lot less stressful when you have every character already unlocked. So that way you're not feeling so bad about it, and that way you're like, yeah, it's fine. Like, I can take my time and I can do what I need to do. Because when you play World of Light, you don't have every character unlocked. It's definitely stressful because it takes too long to unlock everyone that way. Classic mode also takes a bit too long. The best way is to keep quitting out and trying do different things every so often. You just mess around and you'll unlock a character. That's the best part about this game. Is unlocking characters is very easy to do. It's not hard to figure out. It just happens constantly, and you feel good about it. And then when you're playing with your friends, you're just like, oh, cool, another character, awesome, another character, great. And you just keep fucking around until you have everyone. But I will say this. I am a huge supporter of unlocking characters. I think unlocking characters is a lot of fun. I think that's one of the funnest. I really love that aspect about a lot of these games. But the fact whenever you increase the amount of characters you have in the full roster, I feel like going backwards was maybe the wrong step. At first, I thought this would be really fun, but unlocking characters just took a little bit too long, in my opinion. The fact that I had my friends over and we played for like 4 hours, and we didn't even come close. We like didn't even get halfway through all the characters unlocked yet. Kind of was like, just it kind of was concerning. That's not really like acceptable. I feel like characters should be unlocked a little bit faster next time. That way people can play as everyone within like 2 days. I feel like that's reasonable. But especially for a game like Smash. And that's what I'm saying is more characters should have just been unlocked from the start. I'm still fine with secret characters. Still totally fine with that. But like Wolf being a secret character, Luigi being a secret character, or in Ganondorf and stuff like that would have been fine. But do we really need to re-unlock Jigglypuff and Ness and Captain Falcon? Like, we probably should have been able to start with more characters than what we got. And maybe like Inkling could have been a character you start out with. Like, it's always good to have a few new characters that are unlocked from the start, and then a few you have to work for. I think Brawl did that. You started out with Lucas, and then like you had to go around unlocking the rest of the characters. So I think that's a good way to do things. But either way, the point is that the game. What I want to say about the game is that the classic mode is very good. The World of Light mode is not going to be for everyone. It's going to be for some people. It's going to be for hardcore nerds who want to just play a bunch of single player content. But that's kind of the whole point. And if you just want like your arcade run, that's classic mode. To me, World of Light very much so reminds me of the Soul Calibur 2 Weapon Master mode. And I've said this before in a previous game where I talked about Dragon Ball FighterZ and Super Smash Bros. Brawl's story modes, where I said, what's better than this shit is just having a good arcade mode. That's a lot better. And the best story mode type mission mode I've ever seen was in Soul Calibur 2. And unless you're going to do something like that, then you might as well drop the story mode. In Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, I think Sakurai kind of figured that, like, what the problem with Brawl was and what the problem with Smash 4 was, which was having nothing. But having a mode that gives you specific missions to do breaks up the monotony a lot. It makes things feel a lot more fresh. The spirits themselves having a rock paper scissors effect and all that stuff, it's a tool to get the game going. It's a tool to help you get stronger without having to level up characters specifically. Stuff like that's fine. But I think for what it is, it works. I think for what it is, it's good. But it's not required. You don't have to play a second of it if you don't want to. There is some songs that you get from it, and I'm not sure if that's the only way to get these songs. And for me personally, I want to unlock every song in the game. That's a goal of mine because I love the music. But you actually do start out with some of the best songs in the game already. And some of the other ones that you have to get are really easy to get from playing classic mode. And a lot pop up in the store. And you also get things from the store like Mii Fighter stuff, songs, and spirits, all from playing classic mode. So playing classic mode and going to the store will get you a lot of content already. So just doing that is fine. And that's the thing. This game has a very solid arcade mode that's better than most games. Most fighting games arcade modes now are just not very good. They're just bad. And this one has a good arcade mode. And it has a good story mode in my opinion. But you have to compare it to Soul Calibur 2's Weapon Master mode. Don't expect an Injustice Mortal Kombat style story mode. That's not what you're getting with this one. You're getting something like Soul Calibur 2's story mode, which was light on story, but rich in content and rich in replayability and stuff like that. This game is rich in content and light on story. That is fine. And some people got confused, but Sakurai did say in the direct it was going to be gameplay first, story second, which is how it should be with Smash game, honestly. So if you were expecting something like Subspace Emissary 2, just with the event matches, get that idea out of your head. But at the end of the day, the single player stuff is amazing. But really quick, I do want to mention the multiplayer stuff because that is probably more important than the single player content. But most people agree multiplayer in Smash is pretty much always good as long as the game feels good. Well, they changed up some of the rules. Smash attacks can now be charged forever, and that's something they never said in Direct, and none of the pros ever talked about that, and at least I didn't see it. And that's a really exciting and different kind of change. It really does change the game up, and it's honestly good and bad for the same reason. Like, it's good because you can if you mess up the timing for a smash attack, or if someone's on the ledge waiting for you to do it, you could just keep holding it like, no, bitch, no, I'm not letting go. And it's bad because if you're basically telegraphing your attack for a long period of time, and you might not let go at the right time. Now, when I'm saying it's good and bad, I'm saying it's good and bad for you, the player. For the game itself, I think it's a good thing. Giving the player more control and more power and abilities is a good thing. The game definitely feels slightly faster than Smash 4, thanks to a lot of ending lag being gone, and the game does feel a little bit faster in general, and it's kind of hard to keep up with at some points because of it. A lot of people have actually complained about that, and even I literally sometimes can't see someone if they're playing as a fast character. Those fly up, and there's multiple things going on. I'll lose track so easy. And a lot of my friends have complained about this. A lot of people complain about that. So that's a negative thing, but if it means tighter gameplay, I'm fine with it. Other changes in the gameplay, most of you guys already know, thanks to the directs talking about stuff like ladder attacks and directional air dodging being different now, and stuff like that. But basically, for me, I feel like the game feels a little bit more competitive focused and more chaotic and more powerful. And the big thing is that defense was really praised and promoted in Smash 4, and Smash Ultimate is more about being offensive. It's more about offense gameplay. So defensive options have been nerfed. If you don't have a good recovery, you can actually die before getting into red health. You can die stupidly. You actually have to really pay attention. Like, I've had multiple deaths, even by myself playing classic mode, where I'll just do something dumb and I'm like, well, I can't come. I'm dead now. And that happens a lot. So you really do. It's a more hardcore experience. It's only by a little bit. Only by a little bit. It's still, if you're very familiar with Smash 4, you won't be terrible at it. But it's going to be going back to Smash 4 will probably be really weird. I don't think people are going to do it because it's just going to fuck with you because it's too similar to Smash Ultimate. But the things that are different Smash Ultimate change everything. Really. Um, I want to say something quick. One of my big nitpicks before the game came out, not only was I complaining about the co-op mode stuff, which, hey, turns out there is a co-op mode in Classic, and that's good enough for me. But I complained about items in Smash 4 being so bad and so many that are like insta-kill. I would say, besides the assist trophy, most of the items in this game are actually really balanced. And it looked like the items would be even worse than before. But the funny thing is that you can play like 5 matches in a row with every item turned on, just on medium setting. Like, so they drop down at a medium rate. And I played like 5 matches in a row, and then I got a hammer, and I was like, oh yeah, hammers exist. I played a bunch of matches and saw my first blue shell. Like, oh yeah, I almost never see the tornado wind thing that blows people away. It's like items pop up so sparsely. Like the OP items barely pop up. It's actually really nice. When you throw out a Pokemon, I think I got Zoroark like once the entire time I played Smash with items on. We played for hours to the point where we didn't turn items off. We were actually okay with items on. And I gotta say, I actually have 2 rule sets, one with stage hazards on and items on, and one with both turned off. And the thing is when I'm not playing one-on-one, I might actually use items in a lot of scenarios. It actually was fun using items. And the thing is, I've been saying this for a while. I liked items in Brawl. When I played Brawl, the items to me made the game a lot more fun, but I understand why using items on 1v1 is a little stupid. And when I play 1v1, when Smash 4 came out, I took the game a lot more seriously. I got really good at the game, and I just never used items because the items, or if I did, I'd turn on only Smash Ball. And yes, I use Final Smash Meter for the game with items, and Final Smash Meter is not on when we're not using items. But the thing is, like we were having a lot more fun. We were having a ton of fun playing 4-player with items on. And my only thing is that whenever you get Rathalos or Tiki, Tiki's my girl. Whenever I use Lucina, I use the Tiki colors. I have the little Tiki amiibo, but I really like the Tiki from Fire Emblem Awakening because that's adult Tiki, and that's what we get in Smash Ultimate. It's adult Tiki from Fire Emblem Awakening, and she turns to a dragon. It lasts an absurd amount of time. I get her pretty often. I feel like I get her more than Shovel Knight and Bomberman. I feel like I got Knuckles once this entire time I've played. I've got Crystal like once this entire time I played. But I'll get Tiki and Rathalos games after game after game. I saw both of them like 3 times each, and it's in one night, and it's like, holy shit, like those 2 are the most powerful assist trophies. So I gotta say, Pokemon are really well done. Pokemon are really good in this game. To the point where it's not obnoxious. It feels fine. It feels fair and justified. And for the most part, assist trophies aren't that bad either. It's just like some of the OP ones do come a little bit too often for me. But I gotta say, I'm really happy. I might turn assist trophies off and maybe like 1 or 2 things either there. Oh yeah, the 1-up flag from Pac-Man came up like 1 time the entire time we played. Only like 1 fucking time. And so again, that's another item. I might even just turn it off because I just don't agree with the idea of getting a life back. That's just a little too OP in my opinion. But health items and the star, again, the star I barely saw. So I think the items are actually so improved. And it's like, this is a little thing that I don't think many people complain about, was the items being a little too OP in Smash 4. Because the people who really complain about Smash and who are really taking Smash seriously don't really talk about items much because they just don't use items. And I'm happy to say I can use items again. Even taking the game more seriously, I'm using items and I'm good at playing without items. And either way, it's fun. And I'm having a fun time. That's really important. This game, with the amount of stages it has, with the custom rule sets, with the emphasis on smash meters and just goofing off and turning off stage hazards, you can have fun the way you want to have fun. That is so important. Usually Sakurai is like, this is the way the game is played. This is the way. You know, even when Smash 4 was being created, a lot of us were saying, man, some people were saying, man, I hope tripping's just gone. And I was one of those people saying, tripping is fine, but make it a toggle. Make it a tripping toggle so we don't always have tripping on. So that way, if you don't want it, you can turn it off. And instead, he just took it out. And even now, you can't have a tripping toggle, but there's a banana peel item. But banana peel item's not nearly as bad because you see it coming at least. But either way, in fact, banana peel is perfect because it makes you trip. That's annoying, and that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do something to annoy your enemy. Items are actually good in this game. It's amazing. It's phenomenal. I love it. I actually get to see all the content in the game. You know, I don't want to. There's like 59 trophies, and I don't want to fucking not use them. You know, I want to actually see the Pokemon and the trophies and the swords and the weapons and stuff. And I feel like the game has done it really well this time. Besides that, though, yeah, the multiplayer, I feel like it's just a huge improvement. The stages and everything are so good. It really makes a difference. Sadly, you know, there's not a shit ton more characters, but when you combine it with the fact, this is a cop-out answer, okay? Because Smash 4 added in, like 15 characters? Like, Smash 4 added in a ton of new characters. A bunch. And there were still, like, 4 DLC newcomers, and then, like, 3 DLC returning characters. So, like, you know, there was a bunch of characters. This one's going to have more than 4 newcomers. It's going to have 5 newcomers, actually 6 newcomers when you count Piranha Plant as well, which is exciting. So it's a total, you know, it's a bigger amount of characters. It's not just, it seems like a small amount of new characters, but there's actually going to be a lot of there's going to be a decent amount of characters. So that's a good thing. But I will say, as of right now, you know, it feels like there's not enough new characters. But the new characters they added are all fascinating. Ridley is like this do-or-die suicidal maniac character who is not really that good, but is still like, you know, you could do some crazy funny shit with him that makes him fun to goof off with sometimes. Then you got Isabelle, who I really think is terrible, but so many people love her. And I think it's just because her smash attack is really fast. Her forward smash is really fast. So it is fun to do that with her. But as far as her fishing rod gimmick and her planting gyros underground and detonating them, I think those moves are both terrible. and there's no point. Villager's flying gyro attack is so amazing. It's either a move that moves you forward or a projectile that eats other projectiles, like, and clashes with attacks, leaving people stunned before they get blown up by the gyro. It doesn't do kill damage, it doesn't kill you, but it does enough damage. It's annoying, it's a good projectile. And then his tree move is kind of weird. I don't use it that much, but considering that Isabelle's down B is also terrible, I don't see, it's like, for me, there's no point ever using her over Villager, but it is nice that they have that option, and it's fun to beat her up, in my opinion, because I like making people angry. But when it comes to the other new guys, Incineroar is really good, really fun. He's got terrible recovery, and that's his like biggest weakness, but he's still fun to play as. I love picking him just to fuck around. K. Rool is amazing. He's got all these armor attacks. His projectiles are very unique, and seems like if you can suck someone up into your first cannon, the second shot when it shoots up, people jump so much in Smash that you're most likely going to hit them, especially if they dodge your cannonball or something. So it really is a great attack. His forward B, his up B is really good. Like, he's just really good character. He's got all these weird moves that stick you underground. Fun as fuck. Really like what a good heavy. And the thing is, he's not even my favorite heavy, but everyone's saying he's really top tier and he's really strong. I agree he is really strong, but I still prefer Bowser. Bowser's so good in this game, hell yeah, but you know what, that's awesome. You can have Bowser versus K. Rool, and it's an interesting matchup. I like that a lot. Then you have stuff like Simon, who a lot of people are saying are top tier as well. I think his recovery is not nearly good enough, and grabbing the ledge is a little bit harder this time around. So, and not only that, but I have trouble hitting the ledge with my whip a lot. Sometimes I get it to work, but not that often. You know, it's kind of fucked up, but maybe if you're a Simon master, Simon and Richter have some of the most insane zoning abilities. I love using holy water, and then while they're burning in place, just using my forward smash whip attack. I love their smash attacks, up smash, forward smash. They're both really freaking good. I love the Holy Cross, which is like the best boomerang move in the game. It's so good. And the axe has kill power. and it goes in like this arc direction, which again people jump up a lot. He feels insanely powerful, and his biggest weakness is his movement abilities. He's very slow, and he doesn't have the best recovery. But he doesn't. He almost doesn't need it because his projectiles are just so powerful, and he has like three of them, and you just have a lot of fucking options, man. He's one of those really great zoning characters. Whereas Link has really good zoning abilities, and his kill power is mostly in his sword. This one they gave it to his bomb as well, which makes him a little bit more of a trap zoning character. But Young Link and Toon Link still all their kill power is like in their sword. Simon has kill power in his axe and his whip, but you really can't get up close with his whip. His whip is just a fourth zoning option, and I really like that about him. So Simon and Richter are really fun and very, very good representations of Castlevania for the Castlevania fans out there. And is that every new character? Sadly, oh, I guess you could kind of count Ken. Ken's kind of a new character. He plays slightly differently from Ryu, and in my opinion, I really like how Ken plays here. Oh, I guess I should mention Chrom and Dark Samus as well. Chrom honestly changes things up enough from Roy to really actually does feel like his own Fire Emblem character. He doesn't really feel like an echo of Roy. He feels like Lucina feels like an echo of Marth. Chrom, Roy, and Marth feel like they're all three, like they feel like Fox, Wolf, and Falco, versus feeling like echoes of of Marth and Roy. But Chrom is definitely a really cool character. He's very good. A lot of people are saying he's the best Fire Emblem character in the game. Other people are debating that it's Roy. I personally prefer Roy over Chrom, but it's really awesome that Roy is like the best Fire Emblem character in the game, because back in the Melee days, people would argue if Roy was better than Marth, and all the top players, they were like Marth. But the casual players who just like, were like, Roy's better because he's got fire attacks. Like, they all were saying Roy. I remember my friend saying Roy was the best character in the game, and Marth was the second best. And he didn't want me to play as Roy because he played as Roy, so I had to play as Marth. Little did I know that Marth was actually better, and but people just didn't think about it like that. But now Roy actually is like one of the best characters in the game, so pretty cool. But yeah, I want to talk about Ken. Ken is like, he's another Echo that's really different from Ryu to the point where he might as well be a semi-clone. And I like that Echoes can go in this direction. Ken and Ryu feel like, people are trying to say like which one's objectively better. It really is honestly a preference thing. When I play both, I use slightly different strategies. For Ken, I go for more combos. For Ryu, I go for like getting them high damage and going for the big hits. With Ryu, I kind of do some like Hadouken zoning and some like keeping them on their feet with the focus attacks and the Tatsus. And then I do like some big, A attacks to finish them off. With Ken, I just do like, Tatsu and you doing all, and like Shoryuken has like chain damage, does multiple hits. That's the thing about Ken. His Shoryuken does multiple hits. His Tatsu does multiple hits. Like he's all about doing these combos. And a lot of his attacks are fast. He's a faster version of Ryu, so he's all about doing combos. So, they're like, it's really fun to do Ryu versus Ken matches though, because you're different enough, and it's funny because it's like that was fun. That's fun in Street Fighter. In Street Fighter, it's a ton of fun to do Ryu versus Ken. That's a ton of fun to do. And in Smash, it's a ton of fun to do Ryu versus Ken here as well. And me and my friend, I have a friend who doesn't even play Street Fighter, but he like loves going back and forth between Ryu and Ken. He'll pick Ryu sometimes and Ken other times. That's the thing. It's kind of like, because they play differently enough, it's not just like a preference thing. They really are like two different characters. And that's really good. I want to see more like that from Echo Fighters. I want to see more like that. And the thing is, I don't think we're going to get a single new Echo Fighter. If we do get a new Echo Fighter, it'll be a free update. And it's not going to be a trick character that's already in the Sys trophy. I will say this. If you thought there was going to be an ARMS character or a Xenoblade Chronicles 2 character, there's way too much content in the game to really allow for that. And sadly, even though I really wanted Rex and Pyra, I just made a video last night explaining why it's probably not going to happen. And that's the one sad thing, is like almost everything that's already in the game probably won't get a DLC fighter. We probably won't get Shantae or Rayman. We probably won't get Xenoblade 2. We probably won't get Geno. Sadly, a lot of stuff seems to be like it's not going to happen. But fear not, because we're getting fucking Joker from Persona 5, so I think Banjo's looking kind of likely. I mean, honestly, at this point, I feel like it could happen, but I also feel like we're going to get some insane third-party characters. Heihachi might be one of them, and the funny thing is that I feel like Heihachi would be the filler character. But if Heihachi's the filler character, that's fine. And you know what? Playing as Ryu and Ken is so much fun. Especially fighting Ryu with Ken, that when we get Heihachi, fighting Heihachi against Ryu and Ken is going to be a fucking blast. So I am totally down with that. It would also be fun if one of these new characters did feature an Echo Fighter. I feel like one might possibly do that, and that would be really, really cool if they did that. You know, kind of because Ryu and King got an Echo Fighter, and Simon Richter got Echo Fighters. So like something like that could be really, really cool. But we don't know, only time will tell. But either way, for the most part, what I'm trying to say here is that a lot of new characters are really fun, and just having the returning characters that weren't in Smash 4 is a blast. Having Wolfback, having Young Link, having Ice Climbers, these characters are, oh my god, Pokemon Trainer. So many people are playing Pokemon Trainer. Squirtle. I'm so good with Squirtle. I love playing Squirtle so much. I keep sleeping. I keep forgetting that Squirtle's an option. I keep going like, oh, I need to be a fast character. I'll pick Mario. I'll pick Luigi. I'll pick Wolf. I'll pick Fox. I'll pick Falco. No. I'll pick Pikachu. I'll pick Yoshi. And it's like, you know, and I pick Squirtle, and I just do amazing shit with him. And I'm like, god damn it. I need to just fucking play Squirtle. I played Squirtle a lot in Brawl. I need to play Squirtle here. Squirtle's the man, dude. Having him back it feels awesome. So all of the characters in the game are great. I honestly do like Link a lot now with his new bombs that detonate. His bombs have kill power now. It really changes up the dimensions to him. And getting good with doing traps with bombs with Link got me a little bit better with Snake. I liked playing a Snake in Brawl, but I was never like a beast with him. Doing the traps and stuff with Snake now is a lot of fun. I like zoning characters, but he's like a trap zoning character, which is a little bit different. But actually being able to do that stuff is a lot of fun. He's probably not going to be in my top 10, but I still like him a lot. So that's fun. You know, it's Metal Gear Solid is like my favorite game franchise. So I might as well, you know, learn how to play as Snake, a character that, you know, I should be ecstatic is in the game. I should be like fucking crying and screaming and jumping up in joy that he's in the game. I probably would be more if the controversy surrounding Snake was a little bit, you know, handled a little bit better. Not that that's Smash's fault. It has nothing to do with Smash or Sakurai or anything. And you know what? I'm glad he's back. You know, it's like with Smash, I don't care if a character's shit on by their own company. Like with Mega Man was getting shit on while Mega Man was being put in Smash. Capcom was shitting all over Mega Man during that time, and Mega Man started getting some better treatment after that. So I'm really hoping that, I'm hoping Castlevania gets some better treatment from Konami. But you know, it's great that Snake is a thing and Smash, and I'd rather him be in Smash, which, you know, Kojima himself wanted that to be the case in Brawl. Kojima's the one who asked Sakurai to do it. He wanted him to be in Melee, for crying out loud. So, you know, it's completely acceptable. In my opinion, I don't think Kojima's mad at all about it. I don't think anyone's mad about this. I think it's all in good fun, and as a Metal Gear Solid fan, seeing all the Metal Gear references and having the Metal Gear music back, this is really cool. Having everyone back, everyone is here again. This is all great. So very happy with all this stuff. So that's what I have to say about the game. I came into this game trying to be nitpicky and trying to be critical and fair, but I really do feel like it's the best Smash game. I really do feel like it's the best one. And seeing pro Melee players playing it online, not just one or two of them, like a lot of them. Mango's been playing it. That's the last one I thought would play. I knew Mewtwo King would play it. Okay, Mewtwo King plays Brawl and Smash 4. Like, I knew he would play it. But I did not expect to see Leffen playing it, or Armada playing it. Like, Leffen maybe, but I've even seen clips of Hungrybox playing as Jigglypuff online. Like, you don't understand. Like, this is like, and whether or not they stick with it or play it competitively is different. But the fact that they play it online and have a good time doing it is really fun to see. Leffen's been making a ton of videos. I feel like Leffen might even like get really hardcore into the scene and might even do tournaments, and that will be fun. Having like Leffen versus Zero, and having Zero have to go off against these Melee legends, giving him a run for his money. And I love Zero. I would probably still root for him. It's nice to have the worlds collide, of the Smash 4 players and the Melee players colliding with each other. And that's the thing. People always say, like, no. Melee people will always play Melee. No. Smash 4 and Brawl had legitimate flaws that kept Melee players away from it. Smash Ultimate fixed a lot of those flaws, and it feels for the first time like Melee 2. But it's not Melee HD. There's a difference. Having a carbon copy of Melee would probably be the best thing for Melee fans. But as a game that's a Smash game that's supposed to appeal to everyone, this is the best one. This took a lot of inspiration from Smash 4 and brought it closer to Melee. Where Smash 4 was supposed to be the best balance between Brawl and Melee, this one took it even closer to Melee while keeping all the best stuff that Brawl and Smash 4 would always add on. And I feel like they've advanced and made the competitive fighting better while increasing the amount of things that casual fans love, making the perfect balance. And a lot of people are probably saying that about Smash 4, but this time we really are seeing the Melee players playing this game online, and I think that says a lot. But the thing is that whether Melee's your favorite Smash or Brawl is your favorite Smash because you're a weirdo, or maybe you're just a traditional N64 kind of guy, this Smash is fucking solid and has something for everyone. And while I know a lot of people are going to be disappointed by the World of Light, um, no one's going to be disappointed by the multiplayer, and no one's going to be disappointed by everything else. Rating a Smash game is hard to do because if I had to give Smash 4 a rating, I would probably give it a 9. And the reason why is because the single player content sucks, but the multiplayer stuff is done so well. And I love Smash 4 for the longest time. I can't look back at it now in hindsight and say, yeah, they could have done better with the dodging and stuff, but no, I didn't even care about that till like the last 2 years I played the game. For the longest time, I was very happy with that game. And the only thing I cared about was I was mad about the lack of single player stuff, especially since Subspace Emissary was cut, and I was really hoping they would do another story mode like that. It was the first sequel since Brawl, and I gotta say, I'd probably give that game a 9. I probably would have given Brawl like an 8, and because and that's saying something. I know a lot of people shit on Brawl. I think Brawl's a really good game, a really good improvement. Melee, I would have probably given like a weird score, like an 8 as well. But if I looked back at it now, I would probably give it a 10 because everything that it advanced from 64 was amazing, and it really did create a really solid fighting game. But I would have to say, if I had to rate Smash Ultimate, it's tricky. It's tricky because it's like, do I give it a lower score because it doesn't have cutscenes like Subspace Emissary? Because if I'm trying to think about what my gripes are, it's mainly all within the context of World of Light. And I honestly don't have... I actually really, really liked World of Light, and I don't have many complaints. My only complaint really is that I wish there was more story cutscenes. I do have gripes with the lack of Final Fantasy VII content, and a lot of the stuff involving Final Fantasy VII is really bad. It's really sad. But Cloud as a character is really done so perfectly that it's hard for me to complain. And the fact that there's summons and Midgar and everything like that, it's really hard for me to complain. But I think I want to give Smash Ultimate a 9.5. And that's not reviewing the online because I feel like on reviewing a game for online stuff is like it's like a different game at that point. And I don't know if I will even touch the online review stuff. Just the game's really good, so play it, and then if you want to play online, go ahead. But I have friends I can play with locally, and I'm into that. I don't live somewhere where I can't play with local friends. If seriously, I would make friends who played Smash. I would go on Reddit or whatever. I would just go find people playing Switches in public and ask to be their friend. But the thing is that reviewing this game, giving it an actual number score is very difficult. And the thing is, part of me just doesn't want to give it a 10 because, it's like I just don't want to be like, oh, Smash gets 10. But part of me also wants to make sure I'm not giving it a 9 just to be fair or just to try to prove I'm not biased. I am biased. I love Smash games. And the fact of the matter is, I think this is the best Smash game. So whatever number I give it is irrelevant. I think if you like Smash, this one's the best one. And I will say that... And I thought Smash 4 was the best one too. So I do think they get better every time, except for Brawl. Brawl improved in a lot of ways. In fact, Brawl improved in a shit ton of ways, but not in the most important way. And so that's why Brawl is like, eh... But I have to give this game a really high score. The fact they have Squad Strike and Smash Out and tournaments built in. The fact that they have all these fucking stages and every character from every Smash is returned with literally no cuts at all. That's a fantastic fucking thing. I have to say I'll probably give it a 9 for two reasons. One, the lack of cutscenes. Really could have used some cutscenes in the World of Light to make it a little bit more fun. But I will say the story was so good that it's hard to dock it for too much. So I would probably give it a 10 if it wasn't for the fact that there isn't that many newcomers. And I will say, I know it sounds greedy of me, and the fact that a lot of my characters have returned from Smash 4, this roster feels massive. So really, I'm going to give this game a 9.5. Because both those gripes are real legitimate concerns and gripes, but they probably won't bother most people. And if all you care about is the multiplayer anyway, then this game's like a 10. Like, if all you care about is a better version of Smash 4 with better multiplayer and like everything's better and polished better and everything's, better, yeah, this game's like a 10. So, yeah, it is hard, but if I'm going to review, I don't know. I'm stuck between 9.5 and 10, guys. I really am. It might be a 9. It's a 9.75. That's my final number, 9.75. It's nearly fucking perfect. But you know what? The thing about Smash games is the winner is everybody. Everybody. We're all winners when it comes to Smash because we all get to come together, be better friends, and have a good time. And it's just one of those games that has something for everyone. So really, really liking this game. I even busted out the old amiibos and used some of them, and I'm making Mii fighters even though I almost never use them, but just as a joke, like just when I'm fucking around with my friends, we have items on, I'm like, I made you a Mii, and I play as them, and they're like, what? So yeah, that's fun. I made Scorpion and Sub-Zero into Mii's. I will have to go back to making DLC videos very soon. I'm not going to talk about DLC speculation here, but I am going to talk about other stuff involving DLC, and I might start talking about stuff that are popular choices that I want to say these probably won't have a chance, and I want to talk about choices that I still think have a higher chance, and stuff like that. So we will see what happens, but either way, this game is fucking dope. It's super good. The number really doesn't matter. It's honestly the best Smash, and it's fucking amazing. Oh my god, is it my game of the year? I don't know. Is it my fighting game of the year? I don't know. Dragon Ball FighterZ was so good. It's really hard to choose between these two. The fact that I have to choose between Smash and Dragon Ball Z that means it was a fucking good year. And yeah, I was trying to say, if I said my top 4 games of the year, and I was like, I don't want to say my top 5 yet until Smash Ultimate's out, but yeah, I left room for Smash Ultimate, and yeah, Smash Ultimate's fucking in my top 5 games of the year. Like, come on, is it my number 1? No, but it might be my number 2. So either way, I'm gonna go ahead and leave that here. I mean, yeah, I'm leaving this video here. Fucking go play Smash, man. Go play. Stop listening. You better be playing Smash while listening to this. So I'll catch you guys